Okay. So it's about 9 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and start. I'm just checking to make sure the stream is good. Excellent connection. Should be. Dropped frame rates is 0%. Right. 13,000 kilobits per second. So, okay. So that is all looking good. Got the R-Vol movers, really didn't do much. We got the top press releases. Not much has really come out, to be honest. Strategy acquires edge data and telecom to acquire AI infrastructure. I mean, all this stuff is just AI stuff. LXT's not doing anything. NIXX, that's not really doing anything. MDWD, LTNC, WGRX. There's really nothing here. These are all, yeah. So there's really nothing going on, to be quite honest. I mean, it's August, so it's August. Let's see if we can retry this. It's August. Nope. Wow. It's August, so the Qs are kind of going dumping there a little bit. Yeah. You can see the 5 minutes bouncing off the 1 minute. It's rolling off of the EMA. So we got the MACD kind of rolling over. Yeah. So and this Momo stuff, the charting platform I've been working on a little bit. Charting platform I have been working on. Yeah, I might have to switch you. Charting platform I've been working on a little bit. There's definitely some work that needs to be done. What the heck is that? Co-alert HTML. Okay. Yeah. So here's the charting platform I've been working on. This is for the Momo. Right here, we have TZ Momo for momentum. Basically, it has a couple of things of logic that is checking, but the main thing that's checking is to make sure that the 5 minute is making higher highs, higher lows, like this right here. And then the yellow line would be up here where you would enter, and then the stop is down here. So I've just been kind of working on it. Got the real-time data working. So the real-time data is definitely there. This and the streaming data. So it is a work in progress. And right here we have stop loss. Let's say you want to risk $100. If you get in right here on this trade on the break of 374, and let's say you're risking 12 cents. Now, if you want to risk $100, then you would buy 833 shares. I'm going to kind of round this number off to like 800 shares so you can kind of get an idea. It doesn't need to be exact 833. I mean, you just kind of round it off to the nearest $100 or $1,000 mark. But that is a work in progress. That is mainly to help me with these Momo trades, because yesterday I did pretty good. I had one loser, one break even, and two winners. So I was green for the day. All of that was with the Momo trader for the momentum of the 5 minute. So I'm having problems with this. Why is the connection crappy? You know, Uh, two. Mm-hmm. What I need to do with that. Oh, come on. This is getting ridiculous. Yeah, that'll be fine. So it's 9:03. The Q's is bouncing off the EMA. So BSLK, AERT, ZSPC, WPT, swag, EJH, not doing anything. Got the top 6 up here. I don't know what's going on because the market is so slow. I can't tell why this volume is not updating. So the if statement, if we're making higher highs, we need to print those lines. Because right now they just show no matter what. So that needs to change. There's more logic that needs to come into play, but I will add that later. Got to go step by step to make sure that it's working. Right now it is. Checking and getting the shares and the stop loss and all that is good. All right. Mm-hmm. Uh. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to WebSocket connected successfully. Yes, the socket connection is working for the real time. I'm going to cancel this. I got to rebuild it. Hopefully this will work. We will really know when the market is open, because right now pre-market is really slow right now. Pre-market is really slow. ATR is not updating. I don't know what's going on. It's really hard to even tell because the market is so slow. The pre-market is so slow. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's hard for me to test stuff in pre-market. Before it was really good. Now it just kind of sucks. We got TZ Momo, which we do need that. And right here, I'm gonna. When the market opens up, I mean, right now BSLK is the best one that we have. Okay, so what should happen? Why? Okay, I need to. Okay, don't look at this right here. Stop loss 100, the high low 6, the shares 1600. I forgot to put the if condition in there for that. But let's just test see if the lines are working. We can figure that out later. Let's just make sure that that's working. Also, what I would like to do is be able to now this is only scanning. The Momo is only scanning pre-market movers, low floaters, top traded, biggest gainers. That's really all it's doing. Is taking the TZ Momo is because although there's like pre-market right now, it's only checking pre-market, but then low float gainers, top trading, biggest gainers, those three during market hours, it checks those three because those are the ones that have 10% or higher. And when you're looking for momentum, and that usually happens when the market opens. When the market opens, that's when it's really there. I'm going to drag this off to the side here. As you can see here, it's this one right here, BSLK, and we're at 361. So everything is working. I'm going to drag that off to the side and just see if this is going to work. I really need to put that entry. Yeah. For some reason, when I click on that ticker, when I click on these tickers here, it takes forever for the chart to show up. And I need to find out where that bottleneck is. Like this was, no, well, that wasn't quick enough, to be quite honest. Not in my opinion. I mean, as you can see here, we're not even moving. ZSBC, we're not even moving. WBTN. I mean, when I double click on that, it just takes forever for the chart to show up. I don't know where the bottleneck is. Here it is. I have to drag it over. I don't know where the bottleneck is. I need to figure that out. I really do. But when the TZ Momo, when that kicks off, I got the same logic to be able to bring up the chart for the Momo gainers, for the Momos. Um, and that way I can, when those lines show up, it's going to tell me, like, okay, your stop loss. If I'm risking 100, like right now I would have a 13-cent stop loss from here to here. It would be 13-cent stop loss in the shares. If I was willing to trade this, I should buy 774, which I need to go from. If it's below 750, just do 700. If it's above 750, just do 800. Just do like 100 increments. This is going to be a setting that you can put. I'm going to have settings for the momentum, so you can put in how much you want to risk. If you're doing a starter account, you only want to risk $25 per trade, then you would just type in the settings $25, and then it would tell you how many shares you need to get in. But for right now, we're just testing this. I'm going to drag that off to the side there. Market's really, really slow. Nothing's going on. BSLK is starting to sell. Wait a minute, 9:15. If I can fix that real quick before the market opens. Okay, so that right there, that candle made higher highs right there, and that made higher lows. Which, this is really hard to see. The entry is 12.28, the stop is 12.18, so that's a 10-cent stop. If you really wanted to risk $100, you would get in 1,000 shares. So the logic is working. The logic is working. That's good. The logic is working. Shares 100.01. I need to fix that. So do not take a look at that. So this might really, really help us with this. Let me test this real quick. Let me go up here. So now, when the 5-minute, when that updates, because right now this triggered, which is good, it triggered. That triggered. There's more logic I need to put in here, but that did trigger. And is it going to go away when I do that? Is it going to go away? All right. I'll be right back. Okay, so this one here, we got about 1.5 minute. Let's see if BSLK triggers. Let's see if BSLK will trigger. And then BSLK hopefully won't go below here, and it'll be up there. BSLK should trigger. BSLK should trigger in about a minute, and this one should go away. Now, these are invalid entries. I'm just testing the logic to see if this will work. Make sure the logic is working to show and hide these entry stops, and then I need to show and hide this as well up here. Okay, we got about 30 seconds. Let's see if this works. Come on, BSLK. Keep going. I got about 20 seconds. This one should go away, and this one should appear. Now, the stop loss, that needs to be... That needs to update as well. We'll make sure that updates. Okay, the stop loss updated. Okay, stop loss updated, and as you can see, this one went away. Great. This one appeared, which that's fine. So 372 entry, 361, that's 11 cents. Up here is 11 cents. If you want to risk $100, you would go in 900 shares, roughly like 1,000 shares, to be quite honest. Or if you want to do a 10 to that, you go in 100 shares. So yeah, let's see. This ATR is not updating. I don't know why. And the volume's not updating. Something got broken. And it could be with the code. Thank you. All right, I'll be right back. Here, let's go out here. I can eat real quick. I know. We'll have to do it earlier when we do it again. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right. What do we have to do? Get these out of here. Oh, I missed that trade. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, the place where I'm from is trying to eat and hit the keyboard. Hit the keyboard. Oh, pretty good one too. Maybe we'll throw this on code and somebody will hire me. Yeah, you just keep going. All right, WBTN was a good trade if you guys were looking at that. WBTN was really good. This is not being updated. I'm thinking I might have to restart the server. I don't know why that happens. System CTL. Oh. Yeah, that was a dollar move pretty easily on WBTN. So you guys, if you, yeah, see, so somehow I needed to restart the server. I don't know why this happens all the time on this, but the low floaters are showing up. WBTN, that would have been a really good trade for whoever did that. You would have made $1 on that, so every 100 shares, you would have made $100. So that would have been a good trade for you. Low risk. Get in at 14, your stop would have been about 20, so that's about 80-cent stop. Okay, we got HBN, we have HBM, TLS. TLS showed up yesterday. We got WBTN, WBTN right here. HBM. HBM making higher highs, higher lows. That's pretty decent. Okay, so the logic that I fixed yesterday is actually working. HBM has news. Hudbay Minerals surpasses Q2 earnings. This is the earnings play. This is a earnings play. We got biggest movers. AT&F is biggest mover. UPXI, HBM. We have biggest movers over here. WBTN is a low floater. Okay, so HBM, you'd be risking about 61 cents on that if you get in on the break of the high right there on HBM. That's a huge gap up on the daily. That's a huge gap up on the daily. As you can see here, the BE showed up. WBTN, TLS. We got BE. Let's take a look at BE. BE. We got BE. We got BE. We got BE that's looking good. This is a little high. This is a little high right here. You got to stop. You're risking $2.40. You were risking $2.40 on that. If I would have restarted BE, HBM is coming back down a little bit. WBTN. BE's got a 10-cent spread. BE is 46.22, 46.34, 46.33. BE has no news that I know of. There's no catalyst on that. HBM has got a catalyst. That's earnings. WBTN, BTN, Q3 stocks, blah, blah, telecom. Yeah, that's got a, WBTN has TLS. BE could be good if we can get a pullback on that. We got swag that's kind of not doing much. Got 13 8-cent, 6-cent spread on BE. We got HBM. HBM is below the 9 EMA on the 1 minute. You have TLS, WBTN. You got BE that's cranking. It's a $46 stock. It's a little higher price than what I like. You got TLS. Wouldn't touch that. WBTN. That's consolidating. It's riding the EMA, but that's a little concerning. HBM. Yeah. SRFM has news. Complete first commercial demonstration ultra short aircraft. Virginia Tech. Okay, we got BE that's still cranking. Got BE that's still cranking. If you look over here on this chart here, you have BE that's still cranking. I don't know why that updated right there when the market is not at 945 yet. We got about 10 seconds before we get a new 5-minute candle. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. We got a new candle. Okay. We're making higher highs, higher lows on it. So if you were getting in on that, WBTN looked really good earlier. So these are two decent trades. WBTN, of course, the play is over with that. And you got BE. Made higher highs, higher lows right up here. You got yourself a dollar move on BE. And WBTN, you got about a dollar move on that. HBM I wouldn't touch. Old swag I wouldn't touch. EJH I wouldn't touch. The Momo scanner is not showing very much anymore. Just what we have here. HBM is kind of bouncing off. You got BE, it looks like it could be pulling back. You got TLS. It showed up on the Momo scanner earlier. I wouldn't touch that with 9-foot pole. That right there is not looking good. So that can go away. We have WBTN on this one. We got HBM on this one. We got BE on this one. These are the top three so far on the Momo scanner. And we got BE right here. WBTN, HBM. 12 minutes to 10 o'clock. WBTN. I need to find out why it's taking so long for that chart to show up. We got HBM. HBM is okay. We got BE pulling back. HBM. Got WBT. WBTN. Got HBM. You got BE. See, BE made higher highs, higher lows right here, but did it right here too. So, I mean, once this play is over, you really don't want to go in on this one like a third one. So, you know, that's kind of a thing you're just going to have to kind of look at. We have WBTN. Kind of consolidated. HBM. BE is HBM. WBTN. The Q's is holding. They're kind of flatlining a little bit. I need to figure out why I need to restart the server at like after 9:30 for the pre-market. I'm wondering if that's why. So for pre-market, so we had pre-market movers. They're over now because I restarted the server. They're not going to be in the cache. So WBTN on the 5-minute came right down here. 1413 came right down here on the 9 EMA on the 5-minute and touched it, bounced off of it. You can play the 9 EMA bounce plays. I might write some code to do that when we get these higher highs, higher lows, and when we get a bounce off of the EMA, which happened at 9:45. That happened right here, 945. Right up in here. I got to bounce off of that. 1447. WBT, and I couldn't get a fill. It's going without me. I couldn't get a fill. Oh well. WBTN is going without me. I couldn't get a fill. I should have went in a little bit earlier. It's just the way it is. It is what it is. We have here WBTN. I'm looking at it. This is my charting platform here. This is my charting platform here. What I would like to do is get a non-EMA working up here. Man, that would have been a good trade. That would have been good. I couldn't get filled. It passed me over. That sucks. Yep, we're making higher highs. If you want to risk $100, we got 77 cents. WBT, and I got a quick scalp on that. Would have gotten more, but it did not fill me. That would have been a good one. It didn't fill me. But oh well. It is what it is. Okay, the reason I got in on that is because this right here, we were making higher highs right here. That entry was at 1544. So that entry was at 1544. I mean, if you wanted to do your stop is down here. You know, I could put the stop a little bit closer right here at like 1503 at the low of this candle here. Because normally when you get these and they pop, you can put your stop down here. Because if it trades below here, more than likely it is definitely going to, I wouldn't say definitely, but more than likely you have a very high chance that it's going to hit the 1467. So if it goes down to like 1502, we could hit that. I just got a quick scalp on this really quickly. Like a 10-cent scalp. That was a 10-cent scalp, and the reason I took it is because we were making higher highs and higher lows on this as the indicator came up here and showed we were making higher highs and higher lows. So I just scalped that real quick. I don't have 1450. Okay, so we had 39 and a high of 84. So that was about 40 cents. I got a 10-cent scalp because I couldn't get filled. I couldn't get filled. The market makers screwed me. I couldn't get filled on that, so I could only get a quick scalp. But at least I'm green for today. It's 10 o'clock. I think I'm pretty much done. The Momo scanner is only showing WBTN, HBM, and BE. And the code that I wrote here is really helping. This is my charting platform. What you're seeing right here with these entries and stops, that's my charting platform for Momo. I think I got it for low floaters as well. I need to take that code out. I'm going to be doing something different for low floaters. Yeah, X4. Yeah, that X4 is so X4 is right there. Yeah. So you can get a quick scalp on that. You got BE that's breaking. You got BE. It's getting ready to break that high right there, but you got to be careful because BE on a 5-minute has got some volume in there, the selling volume, and this right here. So if you do get in on a break of 45.92, which is right here. If you got in a break on that, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's a $45 stock, so you got to be careful with that. You got to be careful. BE is a $45 stock. You got HBM. That's kind of flatlining right now. Let's take a look at the Momos. We got HBM. That's kind of flatlining. I'd stay away from that. I'd stay away from it. I mean, even if you look, I mean, if you look at the MACD, it's flatlining. If you look at the EMA, yeah, it's trading above that. It could go up and test the 1182. WBTN, as you can see here, it's making higher highs, higher lows on this candle. I need to put a buffer up here. I can't see what that number is. We got a $15 stop, which is the low of $15. We got a low of 1584. I mean, a high of 1584 and a low of 1505. But if we break 1584, if we get 1585, you'll be making new highs on WBTN. So I don't think there's much going on because the Momo scanner is not kicking off. Very many of them. Let's run through our X4 has got quite a bit. X4 has got quite a bit of volume. X4 has quite a bit of volume. Got SRFM has quite a bit of volume. SRFM has news, has a catalyst, Electra and Surf Air Mobility complete first commercial demonstrations of ultra-short aircraft at Virginia Tech. That SRFM, it's not looking too hot. Look at the 5-minute. You got a massive candle right there, selling candle. That's a bearish engulfing right there. You got a doji right there that had selling in there. It broke the doji, came down to the EMA, got a bounce off of that. I'd stay away from it, to be quite honest. The play was early morning, but we didn't catch that early morning. What we caught was WBTN. WBTN. If you were looking at that pre-market right there, that candle 5-minute, we were making higher highs, higher lows right here. But that's a very extended candle. You want to wait for a pullback. We got a pullback right here. You could have played off the bounce of the non-EMA. Once we got a break. This is a 2-bar break. You got a doji. You got a break right here. This hammer. Break of that hammer at 15 and ran up to 1540, 1544. So, yeah, you could have made yourself about 40 cents off of that. I traded WBTN. I got a quick scalp. Market makers screwed me. I couldn't get filled. Then I had to get filled at a higher price because it was still strength. So instead of getting 40 cents, I got about 10 cents. Oh, well, at least the market makers make a little money. Keep the market moving. Keep the market moving. They don't screw the institutions. They probably go out and have drinks with them. So we got biggest movers over here. Biggest movers, VOR. We got biggest mover over there. HBM, BE, UPXI, ATNF. ATNF is still moving. ATNF, that was my biggest winner yesterday. ATNF was my biggest winner yesterday. Yep, that thing's still moving. But it ain't moving too much. Ain't moving too much. It ain't moving too much. We got WBTN trying to break highs. We got WBTN trying to break highs. 1485. If you can get 1485, you're making new highs. It's 1004. You should have made your money already. First 30 minutes, you should be making money. I was a little bit late to the game. What time was my 9:55 is when I made my money. 9:55 is where I made my money. 9:55 right up in here. Boom, right here. Got a quick scalp off of that. I tried to get in here at $15 and that would have been good. Could have made 30 at least 30 cents on that. I'm not going to get the whole move, but at least I'll get half or 75% of it, hopefully. You're not going to get the whole move, but if you can get a piece of it and ride the coattails of people pushing it, that's what you want. You just ride the coattails. So it's 10:05. I made a profit for the day and I'm not going to give it back, so I'm done. I'm walking away. Coming back tomorrow. Market makers got me. Actually, to be quite honest, I tried, and I'm not buying a whole lot of shares, so they should have filled me. But I think the market was moving so fast. At one time I had to cancel the order because I tried to get filled. It blew past me. I mean, WBTN has got a 20-cent spread, so you got to be careful with this. Yeah, you got to be a little careful with that. Right? It was 20 cents. Now it's 9 cents. But be careful. Let's run through DFDV. That's a low floater. That's nothing. Let's run through the biggest movers over here. Let's run through the biggest movers. We got VOR. VOR was looking good. Got a little bit low on volume though for the 1 minute right now. 200,000 on the 5 minute. That's all right. HBM, we already know about that. HBM, we already know about that. The float's 394. So you got to be a little. WBTN, what's WBTN? Shares outstanding 120 million. So that's probably not a low floater either. But WBTN is looking like it could take the highs. Is it going to take the highs? 1584. We need to break 1584. Oh, got smacked down with a 26-cent spread. I just saw a 26-cent spread come up. Be careful. Don't get in these market orders. You got to do these limit orders. Limit and do an offset with a few cents. Try to get filled. If not, these market makers will get you. I think WBTN is backing off. We're putting in a topping tail. on a 5 minute. I got bearish engulfing on the previous 5 minute. It's not looking too swift. We got BE 200 million float. We got UPXI 42 million float. AT&F 86 million float. That's a little high, but that thing is cranking. It's a cranking. So what I did for the 5 minute higher highs, higher lows, I'm going to do the same thing for a 1 minute right here. You see how right here we made higher highs, higher lows, so you get a break of that. Probably put your stop down here. You get a break of 14.94. You get yourself a few cents right there, about a quarter right there on AT&F. I'm going to write the code so we know what we're doing right there. That's AT&F. We got CRNC. The 5 minute was looking pretty good. The problem with it is CRNC didn't pop up on the Momo scanner because something didn't meet my criteria. The volume was definitely there. Higher highs, higher lows, and the volume was definitely there. It could have been something else. I'll have to take a look at it. Biggest movers. I don't know if I have I set the chart for that or not. But the Momowers are there. HBM is nothing. Stay away from it. BE is selling off. You need to stay away from that. BE not looking too hot. These are the biggest gainers, biggest movers. That is biggest movers. Top traded. Okay, hold on. Top traded. Top traded. These are top traded. Take a look at WBTN real quick. It's just a grind in 1585. We broke the highs. 1588, 1590. 1595. We definitely broke it. 85.95 got yourself 10 cents. You can lock in. Remember, you always sell a quarter, sell half, and go to a break even. WBTN 3 cent spread, 7 cent, 9 cent, 8 cent. BE is dumping HBM. HBM's not looking too good. WBTN is breaking highs. You should already got yourself 30 cents pretty easily. BE is a little expensive. It's a problem with that. HBM, WBTN, so we didn't break the high of HBM. We got this right here, the BE. That was a good one, and this one broke. Got to bounce off of that, so that didn't come down to here. I need to find out why. Why, oh why, when I click on this, okay, I do one click. You just do one click, and it takes a while for it to show up. I mean, WBTN is making higher highs, higher lows right here. What you want to do is you want to look. You want to look and see if it breaks that high, which is 1627. So right now, if you break that high, your stop's down here. Your entry's at the yellow. You're risking 87 cents. So if you want to risk $100, your shares would be 100 shares, roughly. Just because, you know, I mean, I know it says 114, 115, but I need to round those numbers out. I need to round them out. But you really need to look at the volume on the 1 minute. 1 minute volume is down here. So you're looking at WBTN, and if you look at the volume of that selling right there is not good. So, I mean, realistically, I just wouldn't get into it because the selling volume is too high. It's too high. We broke highs and then we just kind of came back down. So that's telling me the play could be over. The play was right here. This is a good play. We ran up and this candle right here touched the non-EMA. I need to put a non-EMA indicator on here. I need to write the code for that. Get that in there. And then a break of that high, 14.93, $15. I mean, a break of that right there, and you didn't even take any heat. You just went all the way right up to 15.84. You could have got yourself 50 cents out of that, 25, 50 cents out of that. These Momo, the TZ Momo scanner, this is going after momentum. So we have momentum on the 5 minute. This goes off of a 5 minute momentum. And you can come down here, I mean, right at 950 is when we would have gotten in. So right here, we had the sell off. 14.93 was that right there. So a break of this right here. Because this is the tail. Right there's the tail, 1380. Right there's 1380. So when you had that sell-off right there, then you had that bullish engulfing right here on the 1 minute. We closed above the 9 EMA. As soon as we start breaking that $15, that's when it's on. Now right here you had some selling volume, so it was a little leery, but once you break that, we ran up. Now your slope in non-EMA is sloping upwards. So that's why you want to get a quick scalp. The momentum is definitely there on a 5-minute, and you're scalping on a 1-minute. Or a 30-second, or 10, 15-second, whichever one you want. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, see, WBTN, I tried to get in at 15.13, I think. Yeah, it was right up in here. 15.13 is when I tried to get in, and it just went without me. And then I finally just said, oh, well, I'll just pay up a little bit more and just get a quick one, which I did. But it would have been a really good one if I would have gotten in. That would have been really nice. That could have been a 50-cent trade for me. 40, 50-cent trade easily. But I have an offset of 2 cents. And that offset is kind of low. Maybe I need to bump it up. I don't know. That offset is kind of low. I don't like doing market orders because you could definitely get in trouble. But yeah, it just blew. I mean, it blew past my 2 cent offset, which I think is kind of low. I need to bump that up. Maybe to 3 cents. I don't know. I just want really good fills. That's all. That's all. And it ain't Lightspeed's fault. Lightspeed's awesome. It's just it was just moving too quickly. I should have got in a little bit earlier. Right here, I should have got in as soon as it started breaking this right here, 14.95. I should have got in, but the volume was kind of low. That volume right there was selling, so I was waiting for it to break. And when it broke, it just blew right past me. And I tried to hotkey it, blew right past me. Right down here, active orders. Right here, I saw active orders. And it just, I was waiting for it to be filled, and then all of a sudden, active orders just came up. So I just did a Shift C to cancel the order. And then I should have tried to just double fill or whatever. Just hit it twice. I don't know. But it blew right past me. As soon as it blew past me, I should have tried again. You got HBM. You got HBM right there. You got HBM. I don't know what that's doing. HBM is not doing very much. HBM. You got higher highs, higher lows right there. So if you want to try to ride the momentum, you got a 22 cent stop. Risking $100, you go in 465 shares, maybe 400 shares, 500 shares maybe. You got the volume on that candle right there, HBM, as you can see right here. That's this right here. I'm still using Lightspeed charts because I'm still coding out this right here. So but it is working. Ooh, look at that. HBM not too good with that spike down, but we filled right back up. 1165, 1180. Here, let me get up here. Okay, we got a bounce off the 9 EMA. That was a spike down to 1175. Bounce off the 9 EMA. If you play the 9 EMA bounces, that's good. Uh, and the 5 minute, that was making higher highs, higher lows right there. As you can see right here, that's making higher highs, higher lows. The volume is there. I need to check to make sure the volume is higher. Uh, if we have that, to make sure that volume is there. Um, whoops. Might want to do this. Also, I need to put in a target area. So at 22 cents, you want to make 22 cents on that. So I need to put in where the entry is at 11.80. Your target, well, it just switched over. It just switched over. So if we break 11.74, we break 11.70, it could go down. We're not breaking 11.84. You want to see it break 11.84 to be able to run up into this area, into the 12s. You don't want to see a break of 11.70. You do not want to see a break of 11.70. Look at the level 2. We want a break of 11.84, 11.69. Yeah, that's not good. We got some buy orders coming in. As you can see here, it's bouncing off the 9 EMA, but the 9 EMA is kind of flatlining. I mean, I wouldn't trade this just because look at the 5 minute and the 9 EMA. That right there is not something you want to trade. It's moving down. This right here is just kind of flat. The 9 EMA is kind of flat. So it's kind of something you don't want to trade. But what I'm doing is I'm checking to see if excellent connection. Yeah. Okay. Stream health, good. All right. Yeah, you want to see a break of 11.84. Let's see if we can get a break of 11.84. We got bullish engulfing on the 1 minute. If we get a break of 11.84, that'll be awesome. $11.84, $11.85. We broke the high. We got a little bit of volume coming in. You don't want to see it go back down to 11.70. That's a 14-cent stop. 11.85. You want to see it go. I mean, right now I'm looking at the tape and we've got some sellers coming in. This is not good. So you know you're breaking 11.85, but your stop's at 11.70. So if you're looking at the level 2 and you see this at 11.70, that's telling you watch out. 11.86 right here. We can eat up that 15. Look at it. Look at the red coming in there. That's selling at 11.84. 11.86. There we go. 11.87. 86, 87. Got 2,800 on 86, 2,500. Yeah, this is just breakout or bailout. Breakout or bailout. I mean, if you're playing off of 1 minute, I was abortion golfing. I mean, you got a break of 1184 and a high of 1187. It's only a few cents, so this is not good. You got 1179. That's not looking too swift. You got HBM not making anything. Let's take a look at WBTN. If you're looking at WBTN, it's just a slow grind up, but you got 130 million shares outstanding. Of course, it's going to be a slow grind. WBTN with a float of 15 million, though. That's what it says, 15 million. HBM, 394 million float on HBM. That's why that's a slow grinder. And WBTN, take a look at that. I might have to, yeah, see, if you look at this, we ran up, kind of came down. Right now it's 1611. You break 1611, that could kind of go down a little bit, but WBTN was looking good. BE is trying to make a comeback. $16.51, I think. $16.51 is where you need to break. I gotta put a little buffer up here, up top, to so we can see that number up there. Yeah, you don't want it to break 1611, which it looks like it's trying to do. That's WBTN right here. As you can see, it's breaking in 1 minute, so that's not good. Okay. Let's see. All right, I gotta. Something is not right. Okay. I think something's not quite right. So something's not quite right with the RVOL movers. RGNX. RGNX is. RGNX came up. Yeah, that's probably nothing there. BSLK. BSLK showed up on the Momos. NEG showed up. BMNR. It's quite expensive. Okay, so it's not my code. Something's up with the Ticker Zcan service on the server. Somehow it is not. It's getting hung, and it's not restarting. And I don't know. I don't have a way of telling when it stopped. So I need to write. I need to write some code. We missed quite a few trades. I need to write some code when Ticker Zcan is not running. It needs to update. It needs to restart if it's not running. Today I'm gonna write some Rust code to check that, make sure the Ticker Zcan process is running. If it's not, it needs to restart. I don't have that. This right here. We need to make sure that this is running Ticker Zcan. So if that process is not running, like we got some momos coming up. We got some momos being PSKY. We got X4. It's not looking too swift. We got PSKY that looks pretty decent. We got Stoke. Stoke is looking stoking BTCM. BTCM. That sounds familiar. BTCM. You got neg pulling back. You got neg that's pulling back. That's not looking too. You got Stoke. BTCM. I don't think there's enough volume in there, to be quite honest. Somehow that's getting hung. It's 10:45. I'm not going to trade anymore. But it is updating. BTCM is pulling back to 9 EMA. We got Stoke. That's just grinding up. Stoke is 45 million float. We got TGen that showed up. TGen. Why did that show up? Oh. So it's making higher highs, higher lows right here, but they're not green. I need to make sure that the close is higher than the open. It's a low floater. BMNR. KRNY popped up on the R vols. BTCM is a low floater. 15 million. Change percent is 0 though. Ooh, that's crazy. Well, it seems like stuff has really gone wacko. Okay, so that is updating. 8:53. So it is updating. Okay. I need to write uh, some Rust code to put on the server if the process of Ticker Zcan is hung, or if it's failed, it needs to restart. Okay, to be quite honest, you don't want to be trading this right here because, I mean, even if you look at the MACD, it's rolled over. The MACD's rolled over. You don't want that. You want the MACD to be open. Uh, you want these type of trades here. You want a run up. Like this is an ideal trade at 10 o'clock. You have a run up, you have a pullback, and you have a break of the high of that, and then you take off. You want that pullback, that volume to be lower. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write some code to scan this. So when that happens, like right now we got the mowers. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to write some code. And when did this happen? At 10:03. So at 10:03, it was right around here, 10:03, 10:05. It was right here that we had that pop as 439. See right there, that pop 439. So if you got in at let's say even at 370, I mean, it ran all the way up 370. You would have gotten stuff 40 cents. Tight spread as well. I'm going to write some code and do this. Let me do that. Okay, so yeah, so X4, so the server, somehow the server got somehow the server did not start. We got neg pulling back. We got neg pulling back. You got PSKY, pesky, 1340. You got pesky. Look at a 5 minute. That old pesky was a good trade on a 5 minute, but the volume was there. PSKY. So something happened with the server where it just wasn't updating. It got hung. I got ERAS, has some volume. These showed up on the RVol. You got neg that's trying to make a comeback. Just bouncing. You got BSLK. BSLK really needs to break 507. If it breaks 507, could be good. Really needs to break 507. We got BMNR. Higher highs, higher lows. WBTN, higher highs, higher lows. These are stuff that you really want to keep on your list. You got BSLK breaking. Remember when I said that we need to break 507? Well, we broke it. We ran up to 521, 507. We broke it. The stop's kind of hard to place because it's down in here, so it's a little hard to place. But on the 5 minute, you can see that it ran up and it's bouncing. It came to the EMA on the 5 minute and it kind of bounced off of it, which is pretty nice. Get yourself about a quarter on that bounce if you play the EMA bounces. We got neg that kind of is doing something. Pesky is kind of flatlining. Pesky is flatlining. We got X4. X4 is not doing anything. SRFM is not doing anything. GBIO is not doing. Yeah, it was doing something. Okay. I mean, kind of hard to trade. INO. That was an RVOL. BMNR. BMNR has been played quite a few times. Look at the daily right there. That daily has been played quite a few times. Right up in here. A few days. I made a little bit of money on that. I think it was last week. I'm not sure. WB. If you look at the 5 minute on BSLK. BSLK 507. Now we're at 520. Yeah. Let me make sure this server's still running. Zcan service. So I'll be right back. GBIO is making higher highs. Yeah, GBIO showed up earlier. If you had that on your watch list, GBIO, that was GBIO. As you can see here, it came up earlier. It came up again. A little hard to play. The server is running. It should be updating here real soon. That updated. Top traded updated. Low floaters ain't updated yet, but it will. Just give it a few seconds. The Momos. RVOLs. GFAI. CMPS. CMPS might get something. There's not enough volume in that, though, to be quite honest. Higher highs, higher lows on that, but I need to update the code. GBIO showed up right up in here. Neg is breaking the 5-minute EMA. Got BSLK. BSLK, yeah. Yep, that's making higher highs higher. Well, it's BSLK, so if we click on this, let's see. Really need to know why that's taken an awful long time. So BSLK, if we break 529, you could get a run up to 560, 550. So if you break 529, you're risking $100 on the trade, which is 52 cents. You're going to go in about 200 shares. But we need to break the 529. We need to break that high because it's making higher highs, higher lows right off of a bounce on the non-EMA. So if we break 529, if we go to 530, BSLK, we go to 530, we could make a run. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to keep an eye on this thing. 529, 530. I'm kind of looking at this right here, the level 2. It's 11 o'clock, so it's the SLK's up here. Server's updating again. I've noticed something. It is in the mornings. After. No, it happened during pre-market too. So it didn't make a higher high and a higher low here, so that's why it kind of went off. But if we still break 530, we could go. We're breaking that high right there. Are we pushing? We get to 530. We broke 530. Can we get 540? 540? Can we get 540? We got 540. Got you 10 cents. Lock it in. Lock it in. Can we get 550? We got a break of 530. We got a break of 530 and we're at 538. 534. You want to see it lighten up? It's got to light up. BSLK. It's taking a little too long. Breakout or bailout. Breakout or bailout. Yo, we got 550 that's banging. It broke highs. It broke highs. BSLK. It's a banging. We got Sown. We got Re. We got Sown and Re. We've got Sown making new highs. That's Re right there. Re. What's old Re doing? You got the entry of 458. You got a 4-cent stop on that. Looks like it's hitting it. What's old Sown doing? I need Sown. That's an ATR of 5 cents. Re, you wouldn't even get in on Re. You want to know why? Look at the ATR. It's a horrendous. Look at the ATR on Re. Horrendous. Float, 127 million. Stay away, and a float of 1 cent. That's not good. BSLK is break to 560, so you... That was a sweetness. We got Sown. What's old Sown doing? Sown broke 364. I gotta fix that number up there. Sown showed up at what time? 11 o'clock? So it showed up right here. It came down to the EMA. It could have gotten maybe a 355, 365, 10 cents on that probably. Yeah. You can probably play the EMA bounce on that. Re's ATR of 1 cent. SONN's got an ATR of 5. Float 5.7 million. The volume's there. We had a huge spike up here. Yeah, BSLK is coming back down from the break. PSKY is rolling over. If you want to look at this right here, MACD's open on that. MACD's open on this. So once it came up, it came down to the non-EMA. EMA bounce. Like let's say 355. No, what was that? 355. You're not going to get exact. Let's go to 357. We've gotten a little bit. It's not doing much. So and then still making higher highs, higher lows, as we can see on this right here. So if you're in on it, you could, if you get a break of 366, that'll be good. 366. You need a break of 366. You could be sitting pretty once if you played off that EMA bounce right here. So Sown's right here on the low floaters. RCKT volume spike in there. So Sown is a low floater. It showed up here on the low floaters. We got to change percent 22, but it's not updating on the Momo. Don't know why. I gotta fix that, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot to fix up in this thing. Whoa! BSLK WBTN. BSLK WBTN. 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 Making higher highs, higher lows on WBTN. It's 15 million float. It's a grinder. It has news at 8:59. It may fall off the cliff accused. Yeah, whatever. We don't care about it right now. You just scalp it. You got some that kind of spiked a little bit. If you got in at 360, maybe try to play off the bounce of that. It's a slow grinder. 5.7 million float. The volume, I mean, look at the volume. 806. There's no volume in zone. There's no volume. There needs to be volume. AT&F on top traded. We got BSLK on top traded. BSLK is popping again. It's a popping. The MACD's just kind of flatline. So we don't know. Get AT&F. That's a no-go. PSKY. That's a no-go. UPXI. That's a no-go. See, in the morning is where you make your money, but unfortunately this morning the server wanted to stop working and I had to restart it, and yeah, it's been running pretty smooth, but here recently I've had to restart it in the mornings. I don't know why. Gotta look at the logs. Find out why. Found out why. That candle looked like it's overlapping. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh well. All right, let's take a look at this. We got GV, higher highs. You want to stay away from that. There ain't no volume in that. Look at the volume. Nothing. Look at the 5-minute volume. Why did that even show up? Because it had over 50,000 volume right here. So there was volume that came in. That's why it showed up on the Momo. That's why it showed up on the Momoer. WBTN. We got E-Core that's kind of grinding up. That's 5 million float E-Core. It's kind of grinding up. Stay away from that. NACA kind of no volume on NACA. BTCM, there's no volume on that, to be honest. Look at the volume. ADN's got news, but we got low volume. If you look at this, I'm sorting by the volume right here, and it's pretty low. So the market is really, really slow. We got some RVOL. If you're looking at the RVOLs, we got Kappa, BACB. Let's take a look at them. You don't know what could run. Yeah, it got a volume spike, but yeah, PACB not looking too good. And look at them wicks. You got GBIO. GBIO is pulling back to the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. BTCM is doo-doo. We got Stoken. Do we got any news on Stoke? I don't think it's a low floater. Link we got news on, but that didn't move. Interlink Electronics reports strong second quarter. That's just earnings. It's just earnings stuff. Earnings stuff. Server still running? Yeah. Looks like it is. The WebSocket is doing great. The WebSocket is doing great. Top traded, BSLK, BMNR, ATNF, pesky right here. Top traded gainers. Massive volume on them. Well, I won't say massive. Compared to what we have, it's massive. You got Stoke. You got Edit, EDIT. What's old Edit doing? EDIT. Edit made higher highs, higher lows on a 5 minute, but look at it. Look at the 5 minute. The play is not there. I say again, the play is not there. Look at it, just the non-EMA is just rolling, just flatline, just rolling. You want to see an arc like this. You're not going to get the move from here to here, from here to here. You're not going to get it, but can you get the move from like here to here? That's what you're looking for. You got BSLK, 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 BSLK. We got inside bar on the previous 5 minute. We got a bullish engulfing forming on the current 5 minute. But it's a grinder. BSLK 1.4 million float. That bad boy is traded at 108,000, I think 108,000. That could be right. Don't know. That's what the level 2 says. Shares outstanding 1.5 million. We got 1.4 million float. That's pretty good. When the shares are outstanding are like 20, like 50 million, and the float's like 2 million, that's a little suspect. A BSLK breaking. Breaker. BSLK is a breaker. BSLK. On BSLK, that is not doing too good. We made a higher highs right there, but it's not really doing too good. We have a topping tail. I need to really put the non-EMA on that 5 minute on there. It's 11:15. You should be done. I know I am. I will be back tomorrow. Take it easy.